to you and talk to you about this before you preach on Sunday. Just wanted to tell you the roots of these groups and things like that. Totally blew me off. Got up there, took him 5 seconds to start talking about our white privilege and everything else. I left and I'll never be back. But it's, well, I mean, it's the churches, it's the corporations, it's the education system, it's the entertainment system, it's the system. Well, when all the leaders of, these are the pillars of a culture, even entertainment, Tucker, you and I can laugh all day long about the latest scumbag actor or athlete or something. It's fun to make fun of LeBron because he's an idiot, but LeBron James does matter.
Yeah, for sure.
What LeBron James says matters. So if everything he says is stupid, that's important for a country. That's entertainment's part of the pillars of one of the pillars of a society. It matters that our entertainment sucks. It does.
So what if the majority isn't on board with this? Now, I've never seen any polling that shows the majority of Americans buy into whatever your pastor's imbibing, okay? Most people are like, no, we're all created equal by God. Most people still think that. What do they do?
This is when it gets really difficult because they do have to do something, and it's something no one wants to do, and I don't want to do it either. The mentality of people on the right, it is a good mentality to have, but it is a peacetime mentality. It is a live and let live. You do you. I will go to work. I'll go to church. I'll take care of my family. We'll go fishing on the weekends. I'll watch a little football. Maybe we'll barbecue some chicken on Sunday. And that's the live and let live mentality. I just want to live my life.
Sounds like a great
Sounds like a great life. And it's the life I want, right? It's the life you want. That's right. That's a great life. It is not peacetime anymore. You know how they live their lives? You know why you can't hang out with a Democrat at a party anymore? Because they don't ever put it down. Because it's not a political ideology for them. It's a religion. It is their God. And that's why you can't hang out at a party and they'll be yelling at you about Trump or something in 5 seconds while you're just trying to have some chips and joke about your new car. You can't exist. They eat, sleep, and breathe it. They're running for school board unopposed. They're running for city council unopposed. State house unopposed. They've spent decades, because they eat, sleep, and breathe it, going after these things, funding these things, while you and I are just using that. You and I were content with white picket fence America, and then we woke up one day and found out we were surrounded. We have the numbers. Do we have the commitment? They're committed all the way to destroying everything you care about. How committed are you to stopping them? And that goes way beyond putting up a tweet. Are you going to run for office? Are you going to run some scumbag off your school board and start making sure your values are taught? Are you going to run for city council? Now, that sucks, right? Who wants to be on school board? That sounds like boring misery to me. Maybe somebody smart would like it. I would die. I don't want to go to sit on the state house somewhere and listen to some guy blather on about finances. I'd fall asleep. That matters. They do care. They care enough to be active. We must become activists. And because we're on the right, we're not built that way. But we had better become built that way or we're going to get eaten alive.
I think a lot of people who want to be left alone, grill chicken on Sunday, talk about the new car, have this fantasy that they're just going to like kind of all congregate in one place like Florida or Texas and be left alone. Is that going to happen?
Yes and no. I encourage people actually to move if they've possible. I understand job and family makes it so people can't. I encourage people to move, but then move and be an activist and fortify. Because if you think, because you nailed the problem we have right now, the numbers say people are moving. They're fleeing New York and California. These places are losing congressmen all over the place. Texas and Florida, all these other places are gaining it. So people are packing up. They're unhappy. They're leaving. But what they're doing is they're chasing that life I just described, and they're not going to preserve it. No, I'm getting out of California. Screw this. I don't like the taxes, and Gavin Newsom's a dirtball, and I'm leaving it. I'm going to Texas. Yeehaw. Well, that sounds good, right? I'm in Texas. I did it. I can't tell someone else not to do so. Are you going to go there and just have chicken on Sunday? Because the communists are coming for you. This is not a religion it's never once looked around and said to itself, you know, I think we're done. I think we've had enough. No, they don't do it. Yeah. Mao's Cultural Revolution was 2 decades after the communists had complete control of China.
It was after the Long March. That's exactly right.
They had complete control, and it's never enough. The communist looks around and
Stalin,
thinks...
same thing.
It's
the
exactly
purges
right.
of 1937 were literally 20 years after the revolution.
100% right.
Yeah.
They don't stop. If you think you're going to move to Texas and eat your chicken on Sunday and that'll be fine, you just doomed your kids or your grandkids to fight the same battle you just fought. Either you move and become active, or you're told just stay where you are because you're useless.